In the Weeds, great article in The Athletic from Will Salmon, Katie Wu, and Patrick Mooney. How scouts rank the cluster of starting pitchers atop the free agent market. So they did some polling with scouts, and the results came out as Framber Valdez 1, Dylan Cease 2, Tatsuya Imai 3, Ranger Suárez 4, and they asked for some number 5 options. Michael King got some votes, Gallen, Giolito, Merrill Kelly. KP, you faced these guys, and I'm going to start this segment off with a bang. I completely disagree with the order that ended up this way, and this quote I think will say it all. Number 3 ranked Tatsuya Imai has this quote from one NL evaluator. He's not a real physical guy, but he's a super athlete. I don't think he has quite the stuff Yamamoto has, but it's in the same ballpark. Number 1 for me.
Yeah, I mean, if there's even a comp to Yamamoto, he has to be one on that list. I mean, I don't know much about him. I haven't seen him pitch, but if someone that's been there overseas in Japan and has watched him pitch and can even, feel comfortable putting that out of their mouth that he is a close to Yamamoto, he has to be number 1 on your list because Yamamoto finally had his coming out party last year in year 2, and he's in a handful of best pitchers in baseball. So if that guy's even remotely close to him, he's got to be number 1 on this list.
Yeah, there's just too much inconsistencies and questions about Cease and Framber ahead of him. If this is the evaluation, I obviously don't have the evaluations. I think the thing with Cease is he's gonna make his starts. 32 starts, I think, in 5 consecutive years, 5 straight years. The strikeouts per 9 are just tremendous for Cease. I think I think everyone sees the numbers of him giving up too many runs, and I think there's a negative there. But I think the values on the mound for him, same with Framber, makes his starts. But if Imai can be what they're saying he is, and it's always a question in Japan, that transition over here, but he strikes dudes out more than 1 per 9. I think Imai's got to be number 1. I mean, you could be looking at nobody getting more than him. Let's put it that way.
Hey, there's a guy on this list though too, Scott. You may have the quote, but I think talking about Ranger Suárez being boring, to me, facing a lot of these guys, he was one of the more difficult guys to face. He's not overpowering. You're not intimidated getting to him. And Kratzy knows this term that we use. It's a comfortable 0 for 4, but his ability to pitch and change speeds and locate, he's an absolute nightmare to face. Maybe because he doesn't get big strikeout numbers, but he gets a ton of weak contact. It's not sexy, but this guy takes the ball. He's going to go deep in games. He can be very efficient. I'd like to hear Kratzy's list first. Obviously, for me, someone that hasn't pitched in the big leagues coming from Japan, I know we've seen pitchers come over and be successful. I always get a little hesitant until I see him pitch in the big leagues. So my rankings may be a little bit different, but if Kratzy wants to go, I'll follow.
I won't even put Imai on the list. Just for the guys that played in the big leagues last year. To me, I go Dylan Cease because there's a scarier upside. If he was left-handed, I think it would be a slam dunk. But I like Ranger over Framber. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to save some of my money, and I'm going to get a guy who, I get it, he might not make 25 starts on the year, but I think there's plenty of teams that have the money to put out there. The starts that you're going to get, I think, are going to you're going to get more bang for your buck. I'm just fearful of some of the things that I saw from Framber, but it's really against my code to pick somebody who makes 22 to 25 starts a year over somebody who makes all 32 of his starts. And I feel like Framber does that and Dylan Cease does that. And I actually have Dylan Cease above because I think somebody can get with him and figure this out, and Framber third.
Let's say money is the same for all of these guys. Who do you want? So rank 1 through 4 of these guys. 1 through 4 of who you would want. That's the exercise that I'm asking here. 1 through 4, who do you want on your team on a 5-year contract? They're all getting about the same money. For me, Imai is first. What about you?
If they're getting all the same money, 100%. I'm going Imai first.
Okay.
Then I'm going Framber, I mean, I think they have the list. I think they have the list. Now I got to pull the list back up, but I think they have it.
They have Framber, Cease, Imai, Ranger, and the problem I have is that many of the scouts were like, "Oh, I could change this list each day," and I'm like, "Hell no, I can rank this list."
I think there's one name we're missing on that list too, and I think arguably he has the best stuff, and I think that's Michael King. I think there's injury history, recency bias with him, but I've only faced him one time, but the stuff I see on TV, it looks like he's playing wiffle ball with this stuff, and I think he was showing the world the type of pitcher he was before he got hurt. I mean, I would make a case that he could be even number one on my list.
I need you guys to rank it though, whether it's 1 through 4 or 1 through 5, if you want to include King. Okay. Kratz first, then KP will follow to finish this.
Because everyone's getting the same money, then I'm going to say Imai, Framber, Ranger, Cease. My original list was because I'm paying less for Ranger. Ranger's just not going to get as much, but that's why I liked him. That's why I had him higher. But
okay, that's fine. That makes sense. Yeah, there are two different spheres here because you do have to factor in money when you're talking about real life. This article was just trying to rank the pitchers in terms of who's best to who's not as good, right? 1 through 4 or 1 through 5. And that's where I had the issue with Imai getting slighted based on recent track record of a pitcher of his ilk coming over from Japan. KP?
Yeah, I'm going to keep the same list. I'm just going to slide Michael King in the third spot there because I just think his stuff is so good and the upside is so great with him. I'd slide him in front of Ranger.
So lay it out for me. Who's one?
Amaya. Wait, is Amaya? What's his name?
Yeah, Imai.
Is that right?
Yeah, Tatsuya Imai.
Amaya.
Yep.
Valdez, King, Ranger, Cease.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was the one issue I had was scouts just being like, "Oh, I don't know." Not all of them, but some of them, like, it's such a toss-up. I'm like, I don't think it's a toss-up. I mean, these guys are all good, and I think they all can pitch playoff games for you. Some have more injury concerns, some have more walk issues like Dylan Cease, etc. So anyway, let us know your list if you're catching this after the fact.